Welcome to the sportiest stream, everyone. Welcome back to Royalty Series action. See you all here today. Joining us for some European action here. From the Royalty Series, the Pinchmen Green versus Hysteria Fatality. Two organizations with their first appearance on this stream. And thank you for the follow as well, Cameron K, who just joined in. Coming at the right time. Get to see a little bit of the pre-show while we wait for our upcoming matches. But what a schedule we have today. A lot of matches. Only one from the Royalty Series. It's this EU Premier matchup. Later on, we'll have back-to-back matches with Evolve Pure Euro versus USS Baltimore. Marks 35 Nova taking on Cloudy Esports. Got some great action. I'm sure all of you will be happy to see. I'm excited, and you all should be excited as well. All three matches tonight. It's really going to be interesting because when we start off with a very high level match, we'll end off our night with a very high level match. With that Nova and Cloudy match, which will be a best of 7 part of the playoffs of Black Lion Championship Series. Thank you for the follow, Tilly. But for us, we start with a best of 5. The Pinchmen Green takes on Hysteria Fatality. 2 full rosters of players in one match. And we are just getting ready for what should be quite the match here. And again, it's a series that I think everybody should be ready to see because I mean, oops, sorry about that. My computer's making noises. But again, it's such a big match. Both these teams are 2-0. Both have had incredible seasons so far in the Premier Division. There's only 19 teams in this division, so it's not a huge division. But still gotta get your wins. Still gotta get yourself into good seeding. Still a lot of teams here that are fighting for those top spots. Hysteria Fatality, they've played both weeks. A sweep in week 1 against C4 Academy, and a 3-1 win over Def Cloud Galaxy. For the Pinchmen, only played once this season. That was in week 2 with a sweep over the Washed Merchants. One was a bye week for them, so they didn't actually have to play there as well. Again, we are just getting things sorted out here. As again, the Pinchmen Green takes on Hysteria Fatality in a best of 5. But again, part of the Forward Syndicate Premier 3v3 division. Here in Season 2. All these players at GC2, GC3 levels. We're going to get some of the best that this league can offer. Already I can see in the lobby here is Vol and Bumblebee Bob. Part of Hysteria, I believe. So, 2 of those players. We'll see which other player will join them. Noxie, Tristan, or Mata. Again, should be a great time. I thank you all for joining here for this series and for putting some time into this stream. It really does mean a lot to me. People would still show their support, still come and watch. As, again, these are some newer orgs for us as well. Hysteria and the Pinchmen. So, newer orgs for us. Always fun to get to see some newer orgs show up on the stream. Especially in a match like this where all these teams have already done so many good things this season. All about being able to continue that. Again, we are just waiting here. It's still, hello there. We got, again, a good amount of people there. Prediction poll is up, so make sure you get your votes in. Thank you for the follow, Brandon. The sportiest stream. Nice to see you all here as well. As another follow coming in from 456Use. Thank you for the follow, 456Use. Good luck tonight. Actually, he also knows 454Use, actually, which the numbers change here. But anyways, 454Use, 456Use, whatever you call him, he's the coach of Hysteria. A lot of Hysteria fans coming in, so happy to see that support is. And we're making sure that we're getting set up here for our series upcoming. Thank you for all. Good luck in your match on Hysteria. We're waiting on both these teams to join, but as soon as they're here, we're getting our match underway. We're not putting any delays for all of you. I know you guys want to see this series. I want to see the series as well. As if there's no spot, I'll leave in case. You should be fine there for use. Should be fine use. I'm just gonna take a guess that these teams, most teams generally don't have their subs join them in game. We'll see how that works. I do know both these teams have said okay with letting subs in, so no questions on that. We might actually have the coaches join in and spectate, and I have no problem with that personally. The teams are okay with it, which they are. We've given these teams time to get themselves in them. We'll get everybody in here very shortly for our upcoming series here. Again, part of the Premier Division of this World Series. EU teams playing is not a surprise, I think, in the coming into the Royalty Series. So one of the leagues that merged to create it was the Amateur Gaming League, which did host European matchups. Actually, you never had a ton of teams in that group, to be very fair, but yeah. Again, I personally though love to see European action. If it's past 9, it's instant forfeit. It is not. That is not how it works, Brandon. It is a 15-minute delay. 15 minutes for these teams. That's the forfeit timer. So yeah, we are a little bit late. I'm sorry. By 9, I mean 9 British Standard Time, which is the time that these teams use. It's 4 for me. I'm over here. It's 4 p.m. for me. But no, we gotta wait 15 minutes. There's no instant forfeit. No, we get to wait on both these teams. They should be here though. Both these teams have said they're available, have said they're good to go. So as there we go, Jadon, Hazzy, and Vaxes are in. I'm gonna assume Hughes is not Hughes can't play because he's the coach. But again, we're gonna make sure we get everybody from Hysteria in there. They have 2 players in the lobby right now, and their coach not have their third, so we'll wait on them to get their players. But as soon as they get their last player in the lobby, we'll get this match underway. Mind you, it is a best of 5, so again, this is just a good amount of action here. Great teams as well. It's gonna be a fun match. So happy. We got a lot of matches like this. Tonight again, we're gonna have that Evolve Pure Euro match where they take on USS Baltimore. Both those teams are undefeated as well, and it's champs. So another great match, and obviously we end with the playoffs, which never go wrong with a playoff match in the Clan Championship Series. Very long day with with 3 really good matches. I mean, that's what the stream is known for. The stream is known to get good matches. We always make sure we bring the best to you guys. As it is Noxy joining in here. That is Noxy, who's the last player for Hysteria Fatality. That's all 3 players out of their roster in the lobby. So we got everybody in here. We gotta get ourselves underway. The Pinchmen green. Hang on, Hysteria Fatality. 2 undefeated sides in the Premier Division. Only one will end out that way, as we may have a disconnect here. As we're gonna actually have to reset here. We had a disconnect early on. Apologies on that one. We are gonna call for a quick restart. Apologies for that one. Delayed start there, but we just had, as you guys saw that kickoff, we did have a disconnect issue. So we're gonna go back. I'm gonna make sure the lobby is remade, and we'll get our match underway. Don't worry, everybody. Apologies on that. Otherwise, we'll get things back underway here very soon. Apologies there. We are going to reset game 1. So while we do get things set up here, again, apologies. Again, you saw there a little disconnect instead of our matchup. So that goal won't count. That whole game will be reset here. And hopefully we won't have any more disconnects like that one. Looked like it was maybe a controller issue from what chat was saying. Hopefully that doesn't repeat itself. Fortunately, it was at the start of the game, so we can reset there, and no one has scored, so it does work that way. As there we go. We'll get back into this one. So the lobby's been reset. We're right back into it. As I was saying, Pinchmen Green, Hysteria, Fatality, the best of Europe in the Royalty Series. Here to play. Both these teams undefeated. Only one will stay that way after this match. It is the Pinchmen on the blue side, Hysteria on the orange, and I don't think we have any disconnects here, so we do have our match now underway. Hysteria looking to go right from where they started off already with a ton of demos. Saw that a lot of that from that sort of that game that didn't count as well. A ton of early offense from Hysteria. Come as no surprise that these teams are as aggressive as they are, especially at this level. You'll often see in these European divisions a lot more aggression, a lot more fast-paced offense, as Bumblebee Bob will take goal one. A quick starter for Hysteria. And what makes it work so well is that flip reset from Noxy. It forces the Pinchmen to wait on him. They cannot challenge, else they're going to get beat. As an answer, Jadon off the kickoff. And in no time at all, the Pinchmen have answered back. As Bumblebee Bob, who had scored earlier, pushed up a little high there. He did not pay attention to where the player was going, and so often that position, the position of that defender often relies on where the position of the other team is. If they're going to shoot that, you want to sit back and be prepared to make a block. Instead, he pushed up a bit too high. I think it was as if he was looking to get to the ball first. That position is just not going to happen. That means the Pinchmen have answered here as Jadon wants another one, stopped by Vol. Bumblebee Bop unable to get past Vaxviz. Jadon with the clear. It's Noxy in the midfield. That touch gets by Hazy. Vax. Great play in midfield, Hazy. A little high there, but it will be a great pass for Jadon. But Noxy up first, a huge block. And a lot of space for Hysteria, but Vol gave it away. That first touch, far too heavy. He was anticipating a challenge there. But if he had just taken a look around the field, he would have noticed nobody from the Pinchmen was even close to him. Still Hysteria on the ball. Free shot for Bumblebee Bob. Stopped there on the line by Hazy. And the Pinchmen Green keeping the game tied as is. Someone asking chat, what rank is Premier? GC2, GC3. Pinchmen Green. Hysteria, and I think a lot of this is going to be a question of the Pinchmen. Again, we're a team that had a bye week in week 1, so it was a free win. They had no competition in week 1. They have a lot more to prove in this match. They played less games, and I think they played, at least on paper, weaker opponents. That just means Hysteria right now is going to need to really pick things up as they've created some havoc here. Cleared out by Jadon as Vol. Looking for Noxy, unable to collect on it. Hysteria Fatality. A little bit more measured now, not taking nearly as many risks as they did at the start of this game. It was as if they wanted to get off to such a quick start, but realizing that the Pinchmen are not going to be a team that you can just do that against. They're trying to take a little bit more precautions as Noxy nearly own goaling. Only halfway through this game, Pinchmen have been searching for that net. Noxy with another block. Hysteria Fatality holding on for now. Jadon. Bumblebee Bob will clear this out. Noxy up early, unable to get past Voxviz. Means that the Pinchmen will be back on offense. And their play just looking to hold that midfield. A lot of what they're trying to do is predict what Hysteria Fatality is going to do, because Hysteria seem to have that first touch often. That one stopped by Hazy by the goal line. Hysteria Fatality still looking for net, but no one pushing up with ball. Bumblebee Bob will get the dunk. Noxy able to collect. Hazy one-on-one with Vol. Demoed out from behind by Bumblebee Bob. And Hysteria Fatality will keep themselves close to it. Demo in the midfield, Noxie with free space, Hysteria with an option, Noxie, back wall, missed in front, Ball's got nets, and Hysteria Fatality have the lead! Simple two-touch dribbles on the back wall, Ball with nothing but an open net to look at. The Pinchmen green were on low boost, racing back, they could not recover. Hysteria with 2, the Pinchmen with 1. Hysteria is just looking to add more to that lead now. Jadon, blocked by Noxie. Hysteria still can't feel safe. Pinchmen Green have found many chances to come back against them. You not want to give them the option to tie this game up. That shot down, saved by Jadon. He was harassed in front by Vol. It will be another open chance. Hysteria on offense. Bumblebee Bob backflipped there. He had an open net to look at. Hysteria will keep the offense. Vol, midfield. Noxie up. First shot. Saved by Ozzy as a light tap in front. Will not surprise him. And here goes the Pinchmen the other way. Reversing the field, but unable to find offense. Jadon able to protect that play from Noxie. Now the Pinchmen will go the other way. It's free space for Jadon. High flying, looking for the back wall. But Noxie in the midfield. And he's got the dunk. Is that one on? It is! Noxie will take insurance. And Hysteria Fatality. 21 seconds to go in game 1. And it looks like they may be ending this game with a perfect play. Thank you for the follow there, Lil Zafai. Putting us the end of game 1, Hysteria Fatality. Noxie wants one more. He'll take it. 10 seconds to go. A cherry on top, which what has been a very masterfully played game 1 here from Hysteria Fatality. It's been much more even than it looks on the scoreboard. With the way they have been playing, Hysteria have found better chances, have found more opportunities than the Pinchmen have. And have looked like the team in control. This ball cleared to the ground. Hysteria Fatality will take game 1. Well, it has ended off at a 4-1 scoreline. I've already said that scoreline doesn't really describe the game. Thank you for the hello there, Prime Mandel. And I saw someone was asking, oh, it was Prime Mandel himself, asking what rank am I? I'm like Champ 2. I'm like Champ 2. I'm not very high rank. I'm better at this than I am at playing, I promise you. As we're going into game number 2 here. Again, it was a quick acting game 1 here from Hysteria, holding a lot more on that offense, just holding a lot more upfield. Into game number 2, the Pinchmen will need to find a way to keep up on that offense, because Hysteria's proving they've got a lot of cohesion. Well, this is your time to prove it. This series has only gone in 1 game. They've started off as a better team, but the experience with the teams that they've beaten already, people are expecting them to do well here. It's again really up to the Pinchmen in this series to prove that the record this season is not a fluke. That even with that bye win in week 1, they are still deserving to be at this position. Hysteria, though, not looking to let that happen. Noxie off that back wall, looking for that second touch. For a second, I thought he may have had a flip reset on that, too, but unable to collect. Hysteria Fatality. Still holding offense, though, in this midfield, continuing to be a problem for the Pinchmen Green. Hysteria just seem to be up for it so much faster, and there's so many so much open space in that midfield, too, that when Hysteria do win a challenge, it doesn't take them too long to find where they can really exploit the Pinchmen. As now they go upfield again, Baxfizz. Able to get that block, but Noxie looking to net. Ozzy. Noxie. Jadon will look for Ozzy here, but blocked by Vol. Off the back wall, second touch. Noxie, the intended recipient, he'll go across net the other way. Pinchmen Green, though, will break out, but again, not able to get past that midfield from Hysteria. Vol almost won that 50 cleanly. Now Noxie on. Baxfizz will be there with no boost. And the Pinchmen right now, chasing down Hysteria. They just can't get there. That one's off the crossbar. Jadon will send it away from the danger. But not for long. Hysteria again still searching. Bumblebee Bob, who scored that first goal in Game 1. Still searching for more. Noxie, dunked by Bumblebee Bob. Vaxviz not able to get there. Ball's on net. Dunked by Noxie. And he'll force it in. If Hysteria Fatality can't score in a clean way, they'll do it in a dirty way. A dunk from Noxie on the goal line. And Hysteria Fatality have broken the deadlock. As Hazy, another response off the kickoff. It feels like a repeat of Game 1 in that sense. Because once again, scored off the kickoff from the Pinchmen green. That will tie this game at 1. But that's where they really stopped playing good. Last game was after that first goal. Hysteria Fatality midfield is something else. It's not something that the Pinchmen really want to deal with there as Noxie flip reset. Jadon's lifted on the line and it's cleared away. The Pinchmen green survived by a single Fred. But Hysteria still searching. Bumblebee Bob. Jadon will clear it away. The Pinchmen green have just escaped death there on their goal line. Another shot. That one kept out by Jadon. The defense not holding on well for the Pinchmen green. Hysteria Fatality continuing to just search and find any opening here. Specifically from the midfield, stealing the boost. Hysteria Fatality demoralizing the Pinchmen green. Even with this game being as tight as it is, Hysteria Fatality just feels like the team has so much more confidence. And why wouldn't you be when you're playing like this, when you're in so much control? Bumblebee Bob will get his first in Game 2. And it's an open net. And once again, the Pinchmen green left with no boost on defense. And a ton answer, Vol. Saved by Vol. Shot by, I believe, Jadon there. As Noxie flip reset just to get this one away. Won't have any success against Hazy, but Hysteria Fatality once again in that midfield. A demo from Noxie. We haven't seen so many of that from Hysteria, but it's very well placed as well. It's specifically in the midfield where they have been their strongest, as Vol's going to get a third for Hysteria. And once again, just like how Game 1 is ending, it's that midfield for Hysteria Fatality that just breaks through. And the Pinchmen, they just can't seem to answer, can't seem to win the midfield. Nor can they seem to get the boost that they need to survive on defense. This is really a beautiful kind of outplay from Hysteria. It's nothing crazy, but it just shows that they have those fundamentals down here and have a lot that isn't really flashy, that you don't really see, but they're doing it so well. So many casters, so many analysts talking about the eye test, where you just look at a team and you know they're going to do well. You can see that with Hysteria. This team just, it seems like everything they do seems to fit, seems to have a purpose, and seems to work. You've got a solid midfield that works into an offense that doesn't try too much. A playstyle that provides a very strong mentality. Hysteria Fatality have a lot that is allowing them this advantage over the Pinchmen green. For now, Hysteria, just looking for one more. They were able to win Game 1, 4-1. We're very much approaching that kind of scoreline here as well in Game 2. Bumblebee Bob will get another play on offense, but Voxviz will block. Now, Vol, he was looking for Noxie, but no one there. Vol's just going to go up for this himself. And Hysteria on top of this. Jadon. Bumblebee Bob bumped out of the way, but in goes Noxie. That one stopped by Voxviz. As another shot on, it's bullet after bullet here on Hysteria Fatality. Voxviz is whiffed inside that final seconds, but the Pinchmen green will clear. but it won't make a difference. Game 2, firmly planted for Hysteria Fatality. And the Pinchmen right now, struggling to win the midfield. Struggling to win the boost. As I see Flynn in there. Hello, Flynn. Nice to see you again. It's been a very long time. Obviously, very happy to see that Hysteria taking this one here. At least taking those first 2 games. I haven't taken the series just yet, though. We're in game 3. But they're en route to making a sweep here. Again, for both these teams, they're currently undefeated at a 2-0 record. That may not stay that way for long. As the Pinchmen just looking for something to take in this series. As Voxvis, Bumblebee Bob off the corner. Jadon of a whiff there, and Fatality staying close to it. Just again, closing in on this game 3. Really, so much what we've seen already has just been Hysteria Fatality with full control, with full choice of what they want to do. Going to be able to beat them, obviously. The Pinchmen Green have to find something different. So far, they just haven't been able to find anything, as Noxie off the bar. Vol will win the challenge. Another one off the bar, but this time it will go in the net. The goals keep raining through here for Hysteria Fatality. There's been no shortage of chances for these teams. And for Hysteria Fatality specifically, they have been in a perfect place. As Hazy, Jadon looking for an answer. Sorry for the Pinchmen, they've scored every single time they've been scored on first. Those last goals have been on kickoff. They've only scored on kickoff so far this series. It comes to general back and forth play like this, Hysteria Fatality have been the much better team so far. So you haven't found that net so easily here at the start of game 3. It's been a much tighter matchup as the Pinchmen finding a little bit more boost, and I think they're just taking things a little bit slower here. Not trying to play so fast. Just when they have that ball, they're slowing it down. Hysteria Fatality want to play fast, want to play frenetic, but oh, that's a huge whiff! What on earth happened there? I don't know what happened. There was 2 players who whiffed it there from the Pinchmen. Hysteria Fatality with a gifted second goal. I don't know how that falls through. There's one and only Demon asking, what rank is this? This is GC2, GC3. Premier Division is always GC2, GC3 as another infield pass. Almost a third for Hysteria Fatality. The Pinchmen just need to get this ball out. Only Bob. It's out by Jadon. Now flick midfield. It's Vol. That's the one. 2 players committed for Hysteria. But when you're playing as well as they are, they don't really make too many mistakes like that. As Noxie. Very high first touch. Will try to collect for a flip reset, but it's just a pass from Only Bob. And Hysteria Fatality will add a third. This is exactly what these teams have been looking for. There you have Fatality and cruise control, it feels. With a 3-0 lead. Does the Pinchmen Green have anything left in their tank? There's been so much exhaustion in those first 2 games, only to get 2 goals combined in those games. Do they have anything left in this, or does Hysteria Fatality just walk away with a sweep win here? Bringing the Pinchmen Green their first loss of the season. A little bit under 2 minutes to go here, but Hysteria Fatality, at this point, letting the slow play kind of work to their favor. They continue to score. They continue to take their chances. And for the Pinchmen, they haven't given up hope, but it does feel like time is running out for them. 4 goals down with very little time to go. Is there a world where the Pinchmen Green can take Game 3, can make the comeback? Are we living in that world? Hysteria, Fatality have had no shortage of stopping here this game. As they continue to look for more chances, the Pinchmen, I think, are going to think a lot about what kind of didn't work for this game, because realistically, they're playing against a really good Hysteria team who just has everything under control. But for the Pinchmen, like, a lot of the issues that they have in this game is just that they just don't have what Hysteria has. They don't have that full control. They don't have that pacing. They don't have that cohesion. A lot more of the series can be placed on Hysteria Fatality playing really, really well, rather than the Pinchmen not playing well. But the Pinchmen Green, they had a lot of issues, specifically in controlling boosts. If they're going to play that defensive style that they did at the first 2 games, they're going to need to have a lot more boost control if they want to take it. Because if they are susceptible as they are to having their boost stolen against them, then that defensive playstyle just won't work very well. It's not a playstyle you want to rely on. Again, with you being that susceptible to boost steals, is Hysteria Fatality definitely proving that Pinchmen Green do have an issue with controlling those back corners. As Ball just looking for one more. It's already 5-0. At this point for Hysteria, though, they're just going to add another one. Noxie's got 4 goals this game. And any semblance of the Pinchmen Green has been firmly lost in this series. In Game 3 specifically, they never really got themselves started in this match. As Hysteria Fatality will do just that. Put that Fatality on the Pinchmen Green. And in Game 3, this was a finish move. A finisher of all types. No questions asked. Hysteria Fatality. I don't think there was any other result that could have happened at the end of this series. The way that they've been playing, a 3-0 sweep was expected, and it's what we'll get. Hysteria Fatality will stay undefeated. But for the Pinchmen Green, it's their first loss of the season. Against a team like this, there's not much they could have done better. Hysteria Esports have got to be happy with that. That was a perfect series for them. A field sweep. For Hysteria being on the stream, again, I can't think they'll be too unhappy. That's exactly what they were looking for. It was exactly what they wanted. Real sweep for our first match today. Thank you for the follow, Noxie. Congratulations on your win tonight. Again, part of the Hysteria Fatality side. That is it for our first of 3 matches today. Again, we're live in later tonight with LOS Champs 2v2 and then 3v3 from the Blackline Championship Series Premier Division in the playoffs as well. Then a 3-0 sweep. Hysteria Fatality. I mean, that could not have gone any better for them. It was really just pristine playstyle. They really are making a name for themselves to be one of the best teams in this division. And unfortunately for the Pinchmen, having to meet up against this team, it's a loss that they're going to feel pretty heavily. They've had such a good season so far, but it's not one that they should be hanging their heads in. I mean, simply put, this Hysteria team has a very tough to beat playstyle. One that I don't think we're going to be seeing any teams compete with very easily. But for us, again, what a performance it has been. 3-0 sweep. Hysteria Fatality will take this one. As we're gonna get a little interview here with Hysteria. I know they did just say they wanted to join in for one, so we'll wait on them to join on in. And a big win for them. And for Flint, who's been on the stream a couple times, so thanks to you and your org for getting that victory. But again, our matches later tonight will be quite interesting. We're going to have another matchup of 2 undefeated teams later tonight. Of Pure Euro taking on USS Baltimore. And then we'll have 125 Nova, Cloudy Esports, part of the Pure Series playoffs. Blackline Championship Series. So, still more to come from the playoffs from great matches tonight, but for us, at least here, we're just waiting on Hysteria. They should be in any moment. Luckily, it looks like we might be getting Vol to join us here. As, again, what a win here in this Premier Division. We've gotten to see a good amount of previous reaction. Always great to see more of that from these teams, as we aren't going to wait on. I think it's Vol joining us. Yes, it is. Welcome in, Vol, and Use. A big win tonight, a 3-0 sweep over the Pinchmen Green. I believe that might be your first sweep of the season, but a big win. You stay undefeated. You guys are really making a case for yourselves at being one of the scariest teams in this group. I'm sure that Vol, that win will definitely boost your confidence.
Yes, it will definitely do that. I mean, for me, it's my first tournament, and I'm not so sad about the performance we put up, but I'm very excited for it, and yeah, feels good.
Well, what could you be sad about, Vol? That was a beautiful performance from this team. Really, I never felt like you guys ever lost control in that series. You know, coming against the Pinchmen Green, you knew that this was a team that you guys were definitely the favorites to take on. You know, now being kind of one of those top tier teams, you know, coming into this week, is there a different pressure? Because at the start of the season, you guys weren't as proven as a roster. Now that people know about you guys, is there a new type of pressure on you guys to perform well every single week, knowing that you're going against tougher and tougher competition against teams that know you guys?
Well, I mean, we love to be confident, and I don't think we'll have like as much panic as we did in like our first games, because as I said, it's my first tournament, and I think we'll stay as confident as we have. So, yeah, I just love to see how this is going.
As well, and also here as well as the coach 454 Use. I mean, as well, Use. It's you didn't have to do too much that series. I'm assuming just with
yeah, I didn't have to do anything. I was just watching.
Give me 1 second.
I left in the VC.
It looked like you were just having fun here, but you've had to do a lot in previous weeks here for this team, and it's, you know, just like any team,
yes,
it can be a little bit rocky when things begin. I think you guys have gone to game. You guys went to game 5 in your. You swept in week 1, sorry, but in week 2 you did have that 3-1. So
yes,
it's actually your second sweep of the season. You guys again have been playing really well. You haven't had to do too much, but being able to kind of see this team kind of build this roster together. What's it been like kind of seeing that this work kind of finally is paying off week in and week out, because it does not feel like there's many teams that can compete with you guys?
Honestly, when I saw the first goal against Pinchmen Green, I was smiling uncontrollably. I was like happy. I'm always proud of the team, and I'll be always proud. I made the roster, and I'm happy with the roster how it became.
Yeah, you've you know, just you know, adding on to kind of that coach role, you've also taken kind of a managerial role. Again, you mentioned you've built this roster, you've led this roster. It's not an easy role to be in that place there for Use, but you made it done. What's it like kind of being both a coach and a manager? Because so often nowadays, you're seeing a lot of teams where they split those roles, where they have 2 different people. One person manages, one person coaches. What's it like taking on both responsibilities? Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot more work. You have to do both managing and coaching.
If you have confidence in your team, and you know they're going to do well, there's nothing to worry about.
Well, again, I love that confidence as well from you, Eustace. And also here as well, Bumblebee Bob and Nazi. So, Bumblebee Bob, who joined in, by the way, great player name. One of the better names I've seen in a while. We don't see players at your rank have fun with their names. But again, you guys still played very well. I know it feels sweep. Matches are getting tougher, it feels, and you guys are improving with it. I mean, what has the kind of work been like for Hysteria Fatality? Because generally speaking, when teams do this well in the season, at the start of the season, they start to kind of they start to kind of fall off, they start to kind of relax a little bit. It feels like you guys haven't done that. You've gotten better, even against better competition. At least it seems like you've been doing better against better competition. What has the kind of the work schedule been like for you guys to make sure that you improve and still kind of lead this division?
I mean, we don't have a good schedule because everyone has so many like different things to do and different times, so it's kind of hard to get like a schedule for everything. But we just find time and play when we can.
It's the chemistry, honestly.
Yeah,
And
it's just the chemistry.
we'll always make sure to scrim when all three of us are on, or grind freeze or something, and just be able to stay consistent.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed with the team is always having fun. Even when I'm not around, I always find them in the VC playing ranked, having fun. It doesn't matter if you lose or win, as long as you're having fun. That can improve the chemistry of the team.
Yeah, I love to. Everybody
And
in the
that's what I'm
team
saying.
decided to say something there, which I'm happy to see the whole team kind of collaborating. I know we'll end off things here with Noxie as well. I mean, team again has been doing very well. 9 games won, only 1 game lost, which was in last weekend's Def Cloud. It's still a long season to go. Still a ton more matches. You know that the matches don't get much easier. When you progress in the season, you know you're gonna get some very tough matches. You know these first 3 weeks don't matter compared to these next couple weeks, because these next couple weeks are against these top level teams. You guys are proven you're gonna be in those top teams. It's just where in those top teams. That's the question. So Noxie, the matches are gonna get tougher. You know it's gonna get tougher, and you know these next matches really determine specifically what your seeding is gonna be like going into the playoffs. And you guys are kind of aiming for a very high seed here going into that bracket. So what are you guys gonna do to make sure that against these much tougher teams, knowing that you're probably not gonna be sweeping most of your next couple of opponents? What are you guys going to do to make sure that your mentality stays strong? Because that's going to be the major point that's going to be of contention in these next couple of weeks. Because, simply put, the best teams are the ones with the best mentality compared to other teams at the top level.
I mean, like as you said, we always like to have fun, and I feel like our chemistry is also there, like all the time, and I feel like that's a big part in the team chemistry, and it's just always like keeping the spirit up and never blame each other or never just keep the spirits up. I'd say that. So we're always aiming for that number 1, and we just keep doing what we do.
I know you got cut off there, Noxie. Do you still want to say anything, or do you think Vol maybe covered it as best as he could?
Nah, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, we've got the chemistry and stuff. We know, like, you know, everyone makes mistakes, and we'll just move on and probably end up winning anyway because we have the confidence to do that. So, you know, I think that's how we'll probably get past them bigger teams and be able to progress.
And I love to hear as well. You guys have been playing absolutely amazingly so far. A 3-0 sweep, as I often said earlier, it was your first sweep. It's actually your second sweep of the season. You guys are a true division leader. So again, congrats on that. Thank you so much for joining. Before you guys leave, though, we gotta get some shoutouts here. So we're gonna go in reverse order of how the roster's listed. So let's start with Bumblebee Bob. You have any shoutouts? Any last things you want to say?
No shouts. So it can move us.
Well, I guess he doesn't have anything to say here. We'll go to Noxie. Is there anything you want to say, Noxie?
Twitch.tv/Noxie__RL. That's what I have to say.
You gotta love the plug.
You gotta promote somehow.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
not a lot of people actually do that on this stream. As now we go to 454 Reviews. Is there anything you want to say?
I want to say thank you for giving me the creativity to make a team and be confident with them.
And we'll end things off with Vol. Is there anything, Vol, you want to say to kind of wrap things up?
Well, this was such a good game, incredible performance, and I would like to shout out my dog. Yeah, that's about it.
Hey, loved you as well again. And it's all over the place. Thank you all so much for joining here. Hysteria
Thank you.
Fatality.
Thank
Congrats on your win, taking down the Pinchmen Green. Hopefully we'll see more of you guys in future weeks. But for now, take care. Have an amazing rest of your evening.
Yeah,
You
thank you,
too.
mate.
Yeah.
You too, mate.
You too.
Bye bye.
And that was the Hysteria Fatality team joining in again. We're gonna go offline now, but as we prepare for matches later tonight. But thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream. It's been great having you guys here with us. But we'll get a raid out here. Who's live that we can go raid? Say hi to. Let's go raid here. Thank you all so much for joining the stream, for being so supportive. Take care, be well, and see you guys again later tonight with more Rocket League action. around the amateur divisions. Thank you all so much, and take care.